Hello, class. A very good morning to one and all. I hope you all are safe and healthy at your home. In the last lecture, I have started the micro, small, and medium enterprises, right? In that, we have seen the introduction of your micro, small, medium enterprises. What are the classification, on what basis they have categorized this small, micro, small, and medium enterprises, right? After that, we have seen uh, in what sector it has been divided. It has been divided into two sectors, that is manufacturing, another one is the service sector. In that again they have divided in the micro, small, and medium enterprises. In that they have given us the limit how much we can invest. So there is an investment limit in manufacturing as well as in the service sector, in the micro, small, and large enterprises, right? As we see in the manufacturing sector, the investment limit was greater as compared to the service sector, right? After that, we have seen the roles and the significance of the micro, small, and medium enterprises sectors, right? After that, the overall importance was to that to generate the employment in all over the world, in all over the country, whether it's a rural area, it's a urban area, it doesn't matter, but their aim was to generate the income. Their main aim was to reduce the inequality, right? So and they are supporting to agricultural sector also, as well as to the large sectors also. So and they are the more contributors in the export part. So we have seen this content in the roles and the significance of the micro, small, and the medium enterprises. So now we are moving ahead with the last content of the micro, small, and medium enterprises are government policies and measures. What were the government policies and measures has been taken by the government for this micro, small, and the medium enterprises? Or we can say, what initiative the government has taken to improve or to improve the position of micro, small, and the medium enterprises. So here we are going to start with the introduction part. India is one of the world most elaborate small enterprises development program. India is the world largest because it is one of the largest, which is going to help all the sectors. So if we are going to improve this sector, ultimately there is a development in all over the country. Next, since the first 5 year plans, since the first 5 year plans, the government has been providing financial, technical, fiscal, and infrastructural support to the sector. Which sector? Your micro, small, and medium enterprises sectors. So they are going to provide these services to the sector for their improvement. So the services are financially, technical, fiscal, and infrastructures. Now, after this, the economic reform based upon the principles of liberalization, globalization, and privatization. And this liberalization, globalization, and privatization was there in the year 1991, right? And there are the changes in the international economic scenario, including the emergence of World Trade Organization, that is WTO. This WTO again have bring few challenges and few opportunities for these sectors. So what are they? So again, this WTO, World Trade Organizations, brings certain challenges, brings certain opportunities to the micro, small, and medium enterprises sector. Now, what are the most important challenges, right? So here we have defined an overall challenges, and then we have segregated in the specification what are the challenges faced by the, what are the challenges which are going to be faced by the micro, small, and the medium enterprises, that is MSME sector. So the important challenges faced by faced by this sector is that the growing competition globally. There is again the competition level is going to be increased in this sector, right? So these sector have should be ready to face the competition at the international level, that is globally, right? As well as with this challenges, they are going to face the some problems like related to credit. Who will be giving credit, what will be the period for the credit amounts and all, what are the procedures, so that related problems they are going to face, infrastructure problems, technology problem, marketing problem, delay in the payment on account of multiple rules and regulations. So these are the problems they are going to face while they are going to be improve, right, in the upcoming years. So in order to right, in order to enable this sector, they use the opportunity rather than seeing these problems and being a in a negative role. What they have said over here is these are the opportunities for us, and we are going to be playing a very important role for the growth of this sector. Now, government has taken many initiatives. Government has taken many initiatives since 1999 till not 2000, we can't say beyond that 2000 to till up till 2018 we can say, right? So what are this initiative that government had taken? So we are going to see one by one. So the first one is Ministry of Small Scale Industry and Agro and Rural Industry. Now with the view to provide more focus attention on the development of sector. Now we have to focus this sector, because if this sector is going to be increased, ultimately there is an increase in the GDP of the economy, there is an increase in the other sectors of the economy. So sorry for the disturbance part. Really sorry for that. Okay. Now, this Ministry of Small Scale Industries and the Agro-Rural Industries. So it is, we have to focus these industries, right? If this industry is going to be increased, again, there's a increase in the country, which I've explained you in the last minute only. So the government of India created a new ministry of small scale industries and the agro and rural industries, October 1999. In the 1999, after establishing this new ministry, they have announced a mission for the millionaire. In that millionaire, this is only for the small scale and the village industries. So these mission is only for the small scale and the village industries. So this mission is going to provide a future plan for the sector. What will be the upcoming events in the future under this ministry, under this sector? The ministry has renamed this Ministry of Small Scale Industries and Agro and Rural Industries as then Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in the year 2007. So the development commissioner, that is your who is the development commissioner? Again, your micro, small, medium enterprises. They are going to functioning with this ministry for again development in the agencies of these sectors, right? Again, these are going to be again the few parties are going to be included in this, more departments going to be included in this, because we have to again develop this sector. Next one, small industries development bank in India. Small industries development bank in India, that is SEDB. So you all are aware about the word SEDB, right? So this SEDB was set up on April 2, 1999 through an act of parliament, right? It was incorporated, initially wholly owned subsidiary of Industrial Development Bank of India. So first of all, it was again incorporated wholly owned by the subsidiaries of Industrial Development Bank of India, and now it was set up with the aim. What is the aim? To assist the growth and development of micro, small, medium scale enterprises in India. So this was the main aim of the Small Industry Development Bank of India, that is SEDB. Clear? You have to see, first of all, you have to just remember that when this was set up or when it was incorporated, and what is the main aim of it, because there are different aims, so we have to just focus what is the exactly aim. Here they are saying that growth as well as the development of micro, small and the medium scale enterprises in India. Now this SEDB has been providing refinance. Again, this SEDB is going to provide refinance to the state level finance corporation, state industrial development corporations, commercial bank against the loan granted to the small scale units. So they are going to provide this agency, they are going to provide the loan to this state level finance corporation, state industrial development corporation and the commercial bank, so that they can provide loan to the small scale units. So they're again they are going to develop so they are going to help directly as well as indirectly by financing these all banks and the corporations, right? Next one is SEDB is going to provide support to the microfinance institutions for the capacity building. Now he is going to provide support, right? Again they are going to provide this support for the microfinance. Matlab again the people can get a loan very easily, with not much difficulties, not much problems or hurdles, right? And besides this, they are going to introduce a direct assistant scheme to supply the other available channel of the credit flow to the small sector. Again, what they are saying that here they are going to assist what the schemes which they easily people can get a credit flow, the people can get easily loan availability, the people can get a direct assist to it. But through these schemes, the problems or the other channels of credit can be controlled, and that there can be smooth flow of credit. मतलब लोन बराबर जाना चाहिए स्मॉल इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर के पास, so that so they have invented or they are going to take this help of schemes. So the next point, SEDB has a floated several funds and the entities development of micro, small, medium enterprises. It means there are different entities, there are different funds through which they can have a several funds. So they are, first one is your Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises. In this, credit guarantee fund trust for micro and small enterprises. So these fund is provided guarantee to the banks for collateral free loan extended to the small medium enterprises. Here we have to give loan to the small medium enterprises, not on the basis of collateral. If they don't have collateral, so they won't be providing any, so they won't be able to take any loan from the banks. So this would be something unfair. So this one of the entities which they are going to give loan to the small micro and medium enterprises, so they are going to give loan on the basis of free collateral. उनको कुछ गिरवी रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. So they are going to provide loan on free collateral services. Next one is the Sidbi Venture Capital Limited. This is a venture capital company providing seed capital to the new small, sorry, to the small medium enterprises startup. So they are going to provide capital, they are going to provide finance to the new small medium enterprises so that they can start up their enterprises. So again the people will be getting employment over here through the more startups of small, micro and medium enterprises. Okay. Now the third one over here is your SME, that is Small Medium Enterprises Rating Agency of India Limited, that is SMIRA. In this SMIRA provide a composite rating to the small medium enterprises. So they are going to provide a rating. Rating means here how much we have to rate them, whether they will be able to repay the loan, whether they will be able to mm, uh, when they are going to repay the loan or how they are going to repay the loan, that agents, that rating part. If their rating is good, so of course the people are going to provide them the loans. This they are going to provide the loans. If the rating is little low, they won't be able to provide the loan because they are already maybe in the loss, or they are not that much uh, uh, through the business, they are not that much capable that they are going to repay the part. So this one is the, and this is the your fourth one, India Small Medium Enterprises Asset Reconstruction Company, ISARCE. This is the full form of your India Small Medium Enterprises Asset Reconstruction Company. Now, this ISARC was set up in 2009, and it is a specialized company. It means this is a very specialized company for looking for the problem of NPA in related to small medium enterprises. Now, this company is specialized. So, what are the problems of NPA? What are the problems of NPA? So they are going to look that NPA with in terms of your with reference of small medium enterprises. तो उनके हिसाब से ये लोग देखेंगे, then they are going to do that part. Next one over here is scheduling for reducing energy consumption and the clean technology. So this is the only last funds or initiatives, we can say, taken by the SEDB or development or entities, we can say. So in this, SEDB offers financial assistance, right? SEDB offers financial assistance for the investment in the energy efficiency project for existing micro, small, medium enterprises. So they are going to provide energy efficiency for the existing micro, small, medium enterprises, and they're also going to offer financial assistance to the micro, small, medium enterprises, and the cluster. Here, the cluster means cluster refers to your things which are very similar in nature. So we are going to we are not going to separate each and everything. So the things which are similar in nature, similar in characteristics, so we are going to put all that items in a one head. So that will be your cluster. So cluster to invest cleaner production and emission reducing measures, waste management, common effluents treatment plant, that is ETFP facilities. So they are going to provide these facilities also, right? How to manage the waste? How to reduce the emission reduction in the measurement? How to reduce the minimum wastage over there? So we are going to, so as well as with that financial assistant, they are going to provide these facilities to to the small medium enterprises or the micro small medium enterprises. I hope you are clear with this content. So till now we have seen the 2 point. First is the Ministry of Small Scale Industries and Agro and Rural Industries, and second one is the Small Industrial Development Bank of India, that is SIDB, which was set up in 1999. Sorry, 1990. Third one is the Micro, Small and the Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006. The Small Medium Enterprise Development Bill was in 2005, which was enacted in June 2006, and it was renamed as Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Act 2006. It was started with the bill 2005, which again it was revised. It was reacted with the name of Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Act in the year 2006. The main aim of the Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006 was to promote and development of small and medium enterprises. So they have to do promote. They are going to promote this sector, as well as with this promotion, they are going to develop this sector, and one of its primary objectives. So this was the overall objective, the main objective was this, but the primary objective for this development act was to make provision for ensuring timely and a smooth flow of credit to the small and the medium enterprises. The main objective was that they are going to provide loan to this sector in a very smooth manner. Matlab, there should not be any kind of difficulty, there should not be any kind of hurdles while giving loan to these enterprises, micro, small, and medium enterprises. Clear? Now, in the earlier concept, the industries has been changed as an enterprises, and in this enterprises they have classified two enterprises. First one is the manufacturing enterprises, another one is the service enterprises. Either we can say manufacturing sector or enterprises, or here we can say service sector or enterprises. Clear with this? Next, so we are going to start with the manufacturing enterprises. So these manufacturing enterprises have been defined defined in terms of investment in plant and machinery. It means these manufacturing enterprises is going to invest the money in the plant and machinery. So they are going to exclude L&B, that is land and building, and again they have classified these manufacturing enterprises on the basis of micro, on the basis of small, on the basis of medium. So in that we are going to see again what are the limits, investment limits. So in the micro enterprises, The investment limit is up to 25 lakhs in the manufacturing enterprises. In the small enterprises, the investment limit has been increased from 25 till 5 crores. Here there is an we can say a gap between, or there is an limit in the amount, that it should be above from the 25 lakhs, matlab above from the microeconomics, right? The microeconomics limit is 25 lakhs, so the amount should be above 25 lakhs and up to the 5 crores. Clear? And the last one over here is the large enterprises. In this large enterprises, the again investment limit will be above 5 crores, मतलब small enterprises का जो last level है उसके ऊपर से large enterprises होगा. So the lower limit will be 5 crores and max to max the limit will be 10 crores over here. So these manufacturing enterprises, including the investment in the plant and machinery, excluding land and building, again the manufacturer divided into three parts: micro, small, and the large enterprises. Next one, we are moving ahead with the service enterprises. These are the part of your Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006. Now, these service enterprises have been defined in terms of their investment in equipments. So here the investment will be on the equipments. Here again they are going to exclude land and building. Now again it is divided into three parts: micro, small and large enterprises. Again we are going to see the limits. In micro enterprises, in service enterprises, the investment limit is up to 10 lakhs. The investment limit is up to 10 lakhs. In the small enterprises, investment limit is above 10 lakh up to 2 crores. And in the large enterprises, investment limit is above 2 crores to the 5 crore. As you compare to the manufacturing sector and the service sector, manufacturing sector will be a sector where the amount, as you compare with the service sector, the amount are more in the manufacturing sector as compared to the service sector, right? Because in that sector, more things are required, more raw materials are required as compared to the service sector. As per the provision of the act, right? As per the provision of the act, all micro, small, medium enterprises are required to file the entrepreneur memorandum at the district industrial center, that is DIC. DIC is nothing but your district industrial centers. So everyone have to file their entrepreneurship over there. If a person is not going to file, there would be no something investment limit over there. So we are moving ahead with the silent features of the act. Silent features of Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006. So the first one over here is the act provide statutory basis to purchase preference policy for the goods and services provided by the micro and the small enterprises. Now, this act is going to provide a statutory, again, a different rule for the purchase preference policy for the goods and services which are provided by these enterprises, which are provided by the small and micro enterprises. This implies priority in the government purchase is to be given to the product and the services from the micro small enterprise sector. Here they have said that why we are taking in a certain rules and regulations, because we are giving the importance, we are giving priority to the micro small enterprises by purchasing the goods and services in the priority basis. Next one over here, the silent feature of this act is it strengthens the legal provisions to check delay payment to the micro and the small enterprises. Now they are going to see whether there is a delay in the payment to the micro and small enterprises. If there is a delay, so they are going to take a proper legal provision against them. They have to pay the payment during the specified period or the time which they have mentioned it. Next one over here is the two-stage registration process of SSI, small scale industries, has been substituted with an optional filling of memorandum or by micro, small and medium enterprises. Now there are two stage registration process, right? First is the SSI. Another one is your for micro, small and medium enterprises. So there is a substitute optional filling. Here we have to fill the form under memorandum. Memorandum is nothing but providing the rules and regulations. Here they are going to define the boundaries of the enterprises. So we have to file the memorandum by micro, small, and medium enterprises. And then second last is setting up the specific funds for the promotion, the development of the sector. They are going to provide a specific funds. They are going to provide the loans. They are going to provide the facilities of the money so that they can promote and they can develop this sector. And the last one, the silent feature of this act was the act provides for statutory consultative body for these industries at the national level. They are going to provide these bodies, they are going to provide certain important rules and regulations in this so that we are going to take this industry at the national level, right? So we have to make some rules, we have to make some guidelines, we have to make some regulations so that we can improve the guidelines. We can just take this a small sector enterprises or a medium enterprises or a micro enterprises at the national level, at the country level. Beyond that, we are going to take them at the international level. So these are the silent features of the Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006. So we are moving ahead with the next content, that is fourth. What are the recent government schemes and programs related to the small scale medium enterprises? So what government has recently done, what government scheme they have developed, what programs they have developed so that there is a development in this sector. So we are going to start with the first one, that is it is a subsector of fourth one, right? So there are only four measures or the policy in this sector, and after this there is no another thing. So in this we have to segregate in the G part. So we are going to start with the first one, that is micro and small enterprises cluster development program, that is MSC and CDP. Now you all are aware about the micro, small, medium enterprises, right? So here, first of all, I'm going to explain you what do you mean by cluster. Cluster is a group of companies which produce a similar product, right? Which produce a product which have the same characteristics. So we are going to categorize that industry into a one head. So here we are going to collect the enterprises producing the same or the similar product or the industries which are engaged in the same line. So we are going to put them in a cluster under a head, that is your nothing but the cluster. A cluster is defined as the enterprises collection of enterprises producing same or the similar product or the services or engage in the same line of the activities within an identifiable area. मतलब सबको अगर जो सिमिलर चीजें हैं उनको एक हेड में हमको डालना है. This cluster approach is different from the industrial estate concept. This cluster is totally different from the industrial estate concept. The later, there's a largely based on the infrastructure development. The main aim, they were focusing on the infrastructure development. So the cluster development covered diverse area. Now this cluster, the main aim was the infrastructure development, right? But now under this cluster, they have diversified the area. Now they are going to develop in these areas also, like marketing, export promotion, skill upgradation, and the last one is the infrastructure. So under this MSc Micro Small Enterprises Cluster Development Program, a total of 964 clusters have been covered to carry out different forms of government investment, yeah, intervention to promote medium small enterprises. Clear with this? There is 964 clusters, so they are going to take the interest, so they are going to promote the interest of this medium small scale enterprises. So I'm moving ahead with the B point, that is the credit guarantee trust fund scheme for the micro and the small enterprises, that is CGT MSE. This scheme was launched in 2002 by the government of India to make available collateral free credit to the medium small scale enterprises. So now again they are going to provide loan on the basis of free collateral. They don't have to submit some of the collateral security, so that they are going to provide the loan. So this is only for the loan provided to these sectors with the free collateral securities. Government of India, Ministry of micro small medium enterprises, SIDB, they have established a trust name called CGTMSE, Credit Guarantee Trust Fund Scheme for the micro and small enterprises, for implementing these schemes. Which schemes? Your GO2 Ministry of this, they're going to implement that scheme. The corpus contribute by the corpus, right? Corpus of the trust is being contributed by the GOI, said be in the ratio 4 is to 1, and the corpus is rupees 24, sorry, 2477.78 as on 31st May 2016. So this is your second one. We are moving ahead with the third one, that is the scheme for fund for the regeneration of traditional industries, that is SFURTI. So here the Khadi and the Village Industries Commission, that is KVIC, Khadi's Village Industry Commission, and the CARE Board are implementing a scheme called the Scheme for the Fund for the Regeneration Traditional Industry, that is your um, SFURTI. This one. The main aim is to generate the employment in the rural area. So the main aim of this scheme was to generate maximum employment in the in the rural area. So under this scheme, there are 29 khadis, 47 village industries, and 21 core cluster have been made functioning by the providing with them the improved equipment, common facility centers, business development services, training, capacity building, design, and the market support. Through they are going to provide these services, so they have established 29 khadis, 47 village industries, and 21 core cluster. Clear with this? Now we are moving ahead with the D point. In D point, a scheme for the promoting innovation and the rural entrepreneur. That is Aspire. This was launched in 16th March 2015. So this scheme was launched in the March 16, 2015, with an objective of setting up the network of technology centers and the incubation centers to accelerate entrepreneurship. They are going to provide them technology. They are going to provide them different centers so that they can be properly get them facilities for these enterprises. And this scheme also provide These skills also promote startup for the innovation and the entrepreneurship, rural and the agricultural based industries. So they are going to provide, again, they are going to help for the setting up for the small scale micro and the large enterprises with the innovation and the different skills in the rural areas. Your E point is Udyog Aadhaar Memorandum. What is this Udyog Aadhaar Memorandum? The Udyog Aadhaar Memorandum, that is UAM, this scheme was notified in September 2015, and the main objective of this scheme is to improve the easy doing business of micro, small, medium enterprises. I'm so sorry, there's a spelling mistake over here. Here is MSME. Yes. So it was set up in September 2015, and the objective was easy doing business for the micro, small, medium exchange. Now, what kind of facilities they are going to provide? So they have provided an online filling. Now, as per this COVID situation, we are doing online payment, we are doing online things. So now, through this, they are going to simplify the procedure. They are going to simplify, every time they don't have to fill the things offline. We are going to fill the things online. So here in the memorandum, they can generate a unique उद्योग आधार नंबर. इनको एक अलग यूनिक आधार नंबर मिलेगा जिसमें दे आर गोइंग टू फाइल एंड ऑनलाइन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप मेमोरेंडम. Through that number, they are going to file an entrepreneurship memorandum in that. And on that basis, they are going to be getting a certificate for that, which does not require any kind of documents. Clear with this? And this procedure will save their time, as well as it is a simplification of procedure everyone can understand very easily. Now it's the second, third last point, that is the credit linked capital subsidiary scheme for technology upgradation. Here, credit linked capital subsidiary scheme, that is CLCSS, for the technology upgradation. Now this scheme was launched in October 2002, and it was revised. Matlab, again there is a change in this scheme, and again it was revised in 2005 after 5 years. So the scheme provides 50% of capital subsidies, right, for the purchase of plant and machinery. Matlab the limited to the maximum of 15 lakhs. Here they will be getting subsidies of 15 lakhs. We can say that is the 15% of the machinery, and the maximum limit is rupees 100 lakhs for the calculation of subsidiaries under the person who are eligible for the loan. Presently, there are more than 1,500 well established improved technologies under 51 sector which has been approved by the scheme. It means there are 1,500 technologies, as well as there are 51 subsector which is approved by this scheme, and the maximum limit over here is the 100 lakhs. And your second last point over here is the scheme for the market development assistance for the micro, small, medium enterprises exporters, that is MSME MDA. Now, this schemes was funded for the participation of industrial fairs, study tour abroad, trade delegation, publicity, to access and develop overseas market. Here they are going to, what is industrial fair? Industrial fair is nothing but your your where you are going to just go to a fair where you are going to learn what exactly the industry is, how we are going to function over there, what are the different products, what are their culture. So we are going to study all this in the industrial fairs. We are going to study the tour abroad, trade delegations, publicity, so that we are very familiar what is the situation scenario in the market, as well as we can learn all these things in this. And the last one over here is the micro small medium enterprises samadhan. Now this samadhan, this is going to deal with the problems of delay payment to the buyers, to the micro small medium enterprises supplier. The dealers, they always delay in the payment, so that will be difficult for this micro small medium enterprises because they are not financially that much strong. So here, in case there is a delay in the payment beyond 45 days, so the micro small medium enterprises may approach to the micro small medium enterprises facilitation council for this problem. Okay, so these are the government policies and the measurement of micro small medium enterprises. Here your chapter has been completed. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Stay safe, stay healthy at your home. God bless you all, students.